So I decided to do emotional distress as one of the main topics from our module, and I found many articles online. The main ones, of course, being about COVID-19. So the one I picked was mental health damage from COVID can last a generation. Professionals say, updated and published on February 10th, 2022. So it basically just goes and talk about how psychologists reported like a rise in numbers of anxiety, depression, and just overall like overwhelming due to all the COVID-19 information they're getting, to all the ads, to all the basic article reads that you can't read an article these days without it relating back to COVID. You can't listen to a conversation without it relating back to COVID, just things like that. And just the study of how far it's reached and things like that. So it kind of talks about the trauma and how far it will last. And when thinking about it, like related into a court or media law setting, I was thinking that, people always were quick to pull the COVID card, and I don't want them to still use that. I don't think it should have been used in the first place. Like, I get it, like, at first no one really knew what was going on, but now in 2022, it's not really a card to pull. And even though they're saying, like, generations from now, this is 2 years from now, people are still pulling it, and I guarantee generations from now they will. So one of the quotes was, for everybody I see, COVID has had some kind of impact. That she has huge issues around feeling very, very vulnerable and harmed to any of the things related to sickness. But kind of just the milestones and the loss that we have had, the isolation, the uncertainty, like things like that have caused emotional distress to a lot of people. So I think in a courtroom, like, they just try to pull the cards and it doesn't work, and the judge won't really care. Or even like in say for the reason, like, some maybe COVID cases are real personal and close to home. You saw stories not back in the day, but years ago, of women dying, and not even just women, like parents, grandparents, children in certain cases, but like how emotional they are, and to see those numbers of people passing is kind of really kind of scary. And for that to be the quote-unquote new normal, the article says like the vaccines and things like that, the new variants, and just a severe risk and all things. But at the end of the day, like, that's just our life now. It's not like an article I can just kind of sum up and just be done with, because it's happening every day. We're still living through it. But how I would have handled it, and say, for instance, in my future, writing about COVID-19 or any emotional distress type of thing, I think I don't know if you have to necessarily put triggers anymore. In other words, I hate to say it, kind of sensitive now, but I think that you just have to be very careful how you word things, because people are all different. And emotional distress can be pulled in many different ways. But even looking up on Google, typing emotional distress, all you probably will see is mental health and COVID-19, which are definitely two things that have kind of honestly come together over these past couple of years, just because of how much it has affected us in our everyday lives and the new normal, like it says. When I looked up the definition of emotional distress, it's really kind of, I think it's so vague, but at the same time it's different for everybody, because we all have our own minds, we all have our own traumas, we all have our own anxiety, just different feelings that we feel. But I just don't really know how else to describe it. But it was a reason I picked it, because I didn't expect it to be in this class. I really thought it was short. It was very much short, but I didn't think it would be that cared for. But yeah.